All right, good morning. Happy Monday. If you're watching this on Monday, hope you're having a great day. Um, if you're watching it any other day, I also hope you're having a great day. I'm reading a story today, and listen, this is what I want to talk about. I want to get to the point, and then I want to read the story. The point is this: it we should never adopt the mindset that says, "I just want to give up." Okay, this is becoming more and more common. And listen, I'm not here saying this because I want people to feel guilty that are going through difficult, hard times, physical problems. I know how discouraging it can be. And I've never even been through massive, discouraging uh, physical problems, but I have had an extremely painful broken tooth. And I know just that alone, you know how bad that is, how that can just mess with your sleep, all of these things. I've had that happen to me multiple times in my life. And I can only imagine, right? Multiply that times whatever. Um, the pain and the intensity, all of that. Well, but here's the thing. Look, this is what I want to talk about because I am seeing more and more Christians, especially, getting this mindset that's is just saying, "I give up. I give up." There's a good time to give up when you are fighting against God. That's a place you should give up. But when you're talking about living your life for the Lord or living your life in righteousness, that is the wrong place. I want to read out of 1 Samuel chapter 23. And I want to read at the very end. Listen, the whole chapter is interesting. Um, it basically gives you the story of when David's on the run. He's running from Saul, his enemy, who is hunting him and trying to kill him, using an army, following him with an army of men to kill David. So you can imagine the stress and all of the difficulties that David was going through. And listen, I think we need to think about this for a minute, okay? We just need to understand and make it the obvious parallel, which is this. We have an enemy that's pursuing us with the same uh, kind of bloodlust that wants us dead, that wants to destroy our lives, all of that. We have the same exact situation, only our enemy is smarter than King Saul was to David. But we get to this point in the story at the end of chapter 23 where David's guys are on the run, and they're all on the run, and Saul's catching up to him. Now, notice this. This is verse 25 of 1 Samuel 23. It says, "And when Saul and his men went to seek him, they told David. Therefore, he went down to the rock and he stayed in the wilderness of Maon. And when Saul heard that, he pursued David in the wilderness of Maon. Then Saul went on one side of the mountain, and David and his men on the other side of the mountain. So David made haste to get away from Saul, for Saul and his men were encircling David and his men to take them." So the idea here is David's trying to get away, and Saul is not only catching up to him, but like encircling him, making it harder and harder for him to find a way of escape. Okay, here's the point. Verse 27, "But a messenger came to Saul saying, 'Hurry and come, for the Philistines have invaded the land.' Therefore Saul returned from pursuing David and went against the Philistines." Basically, here's the point. You get into this situation where you are being hunted, you're being trapped like David was, and God literally, by just one man, sends one man to say to Saul, hey, by the way, the Philistines are attacking us. Come. If you don't, there's going to be trouble. Yeah, they're doing fireworks here. So there's going to be trouble. They're going to get into the land. We have to understand this. God is able to deliver us from the enemy. Okay? This is why we don't adopt this, I'm just going to give up. Okay? Because honestly, when you give up, right? When you just say, you know what, I'm just, whatever, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done fighting. What you end up doing is you end up like eliminating from yourself deliverance. Okay? Seeing God deliver you from your enemies. Or, maybe it's not an enemy. Maybe it's just financial issues. Maybe I don't know. It could be all kinds of things, but understand, we should not adopt that I'm just going to give up mentality. Look, I'm saying this because I have a serious concern with the interaction I have with a lot of believers, especially those that are online. I have this concern because what I experience often, and you guys know, every day I'm interacting with people online. Okay. People I don't really know. Just that I know from the chat and YouTube shows. There are a lot of people that get downcast, they get depressed or whatever, and they really give up. They give up and they make it. Sometimes people will show up and they'll say like, well, why should I do this? As if we are accountable to God for the trouble that they're going through. We don't know. We don't understand everything. But listen, this is what I do understand from God's word. I do understand that God is able to rescue you. He's able to deliver you from the craziest situation, from a situation where this man, David, was being hunted by the nation of Israel and its army. Okay, God was able to deliver him. Not only to deliver him from that, but in a moment when they thought they were foiled, where Saul was encircling and closing him in, boom, gone, done. So I'm saying this to remind everybody because I don't want us to forget. I don't want anyone to miss having God step into their life and work on their behalf to deliver them. Okay? I think we have to just be in this place where we are regularly calling out to God and saying, God, I believe you can do whatever you want. I believe that you are able to do anything. We have to do this, one, because it's true, and two, because, listen, we need to say that out loud to God. We need to realign our thinking with the reality of who he is. So anyways, if you're in that place where you're just like ready to give up, listen, I know I'm telling you this to you because, listen, call out to the Lord, okay? Put your trust in him. And I want to make this comment for those of you that have been there where you were ready to give up and then you called out to God and then God answered and delivered you. I would ask you to do this. I would ask you to write your story. You don't have to write a whole novel. Write what's pertinent, right? But leave a comment and just say, this is how it happened in my life. Because People are going to read those comments, especially people that are watching it right now that are going through that difficult time. Use this as your way to encourage other people. Leave me a comment in this video and just say, listen, this is how it worked in my life. This is what God did in that time when I was about to give up. And then I realized I needed to trust in the Lord. Write that out and use it to encourage other people. And guys, gals, let's keep our eyes on the Lord, okay? May the Lord richly bless you. Remember um, to put your faith in Him, and I'll see you again tomorrow. God bless.